Hi, Taurus. Thanks for stopping by for your July 2020 reading. So, Taurus, as I was meditating on your energy, um, I had this sensation of hiking up this rather large hillside, cliffside, actually. And It's rather rocky, it's rather steep. There are some tight spots for sure. But eventually, I got to the very top of the ledge, the very top of the mountain, if you will, and it looked out over this absolutely beautiful expanse of green mountain. Um, yeah, just a beautiful blue sky with a little bit of clouds. And you had risen to the top after some effort, was the message that Spirit was bringing through for you. So, don't know if that resonates or not. Let's see if the cards have more information about that. Um, yeah, it was really nice, Taurus. It was really, although it was a hot, sort of steep journey, uh, most journeys are, right? Um, so this will be a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Won't resonate for everyone. It's a general reading. So check out your other placements as well for further information. But let's see what we might be able to get for Taurus around this climbing a mountain, maybe, or reaching an apex. Maybe completion of some sort. Let's see. Medicine. Whoa. Okay. Lots of cards. Medicine for Taurus for July. Okay. Spirit, angels, guides. Can you give me messages for Taurus for July? Cards are quite jumpy. And one more for Taurus for July 2020. Please, Spirit. One more card for Taurus for July 2020. Spirits, angels, guides. One more card for our Taurus for July 2020. One more card for Taurus for July 2020. One more card, please, Spirit, for Taurus for July 2020. Okay, interesting. Okay, Taurus, we have 3 8s on the table. Okay. 8s can often signify movement or the lack thereof, but let's start at the beginning. Your first card up is the Emperor. This is Major Arcana, so it's a larger reaching energy. This is the zodiac sign Aries. So this is an energy, of having almost run up that hillside, right? Aries energy, Emperor energy is about action, taking bold action, maybe after a period of some rest. The Emperor is also, when he isn't vibrating at his highest, he can be a little bit of an asshole. Aggressive, in your face, not taking no for an answer, but in a way that feels not quite so good. But at his highest vibration, Aries is this, or the Emperor is this energy of being seen, being heard, filling up the room, but in a way that is palpable, right? In a way that doesn't offend every single person, although the Emperor really doesn't care about offending. He's large and there, but I mostly see it as bold action. Followed by the first 8 on the table, 8 of Swords. So if you take a good look at the 8 of Swords, what you'll see is someone bound by their thoughts. feeling trapped, maybe in anxiety or in a thought loop that just keeps going and going. But the interesting thing about the Eight of Swords is that she is free to go at any time, right? Her arms were never bound. The binding around her is very loose. So this is self-imposed. Um, this is a self-imposed prison, if you will. So you may be coming out of this for July. If the Emperor, if we're leading with the Emperor, that leads me to believe that you are coming out of a time, perhaps eclipse season, and June in particular was a time of anxiety, of not knowing how to move forward. Don't forget we had Venus in retrograde, and you are ruled by Venus. So now that Venus has turned direct, it would indicate to me that now you feel a lot less bound, right? As you enter July, you may be beginning to realize that you've always had the ability to kind of shut this off and move forward. Followed by the Three of Pentacles. This card, I think, came up in every single reading I did so far. So this seems to be sort of a collective energy right now. And it rings true. This is finding tribe. This is being fully supported in your efforts forward. People who see you, hear you, accept you, support you, and speak the same language as you. And these folks may be helping you as you come out of this sort of mental anxiety, mental prison you've had yourself in, only to find, look, all of these wonderful people are here to support you on your journey. The next card up is another 8. So the 8 of Cups is, to my mind, also movement. It's just movement of a different sort. This is moving away from something that has served well, or at least on the surface appeared to serve well. As you can see, there are still 5 cups standing up. But the card represents walking away from something that, while it was emotionally sustainable for a time or felt good for a period of time, you're leaving behind something in order to go in search of something that you know will better serve. And that's not always an easy thing to do, right? Especially if you're leaving behind 5 full cups. And moving in a direction where you're not quite sure maybe what awaits or how the journey is going to go. If my meditation is any indication, though, I can tell you that the journey up this mountain may have felt difficult and strenuous, but the end result at the top was beautiful. So while there may be some grief, Taurus, as you walk away from something, or maybe in the eclipses of June, and we have one more lunar eclipse on July 5th, so maybe that energy is going to free you up, make you realize that it's time. It's time to move on. And with that will be something that will cause some grief. And that's okay. Take it with you, right? Take the experience with you, because it was not a bad one. It's just not something that can continue with you on your journey. Be this people or certain situations, a certain living situation, a certain relationship, friendship, intimate partnership, something that cannot carry with you to the next part of the journey. So there may be some grief, but you are followed and supported by Temperance. Temperance is another major arcana. It is the energy of Sagittarius, and it is being divinely led, right? Temperance is healing. Temperance is having one foot in this world and one foot in a 5D reality, in a divine dimension. Okay, Temperance is very much about allowing divinity in and understanding that you are a spirit having this physical experience and all that comes with it. But at your core, you are spirit, right? And you are soul. And so you are really not of this 3D dimension. You do not, you come into it from a more divine dimension, from a more divine dimension. You are spiritually guided and led. And Temperance is here to remind you of that, so that any grief you may be feeling about this kind of awakening around I'm really not as trapped and imprisoned as I've led myself to believe. I see clearly now, and I need to walk away from a certain situation, relationship, or person. And that is causing some upset and some grief. Temperance will hold your hand through this. Temperance will guide you through, and I want you, as you move through July, if it feels difficult, to remember that you are a divine being having this physical experience. You chose to come here to have a physical experience so that you would know what it was like to inhabit Earth, to inhabit body, to have human experiences. The beautiful ones, the lovely ones, the loving ones, and the more difficult emotions that can come, the more difficult situations, okay? And your reading ends on another 8, another card of movement. The 8 of Wands is about quick movement. So I sense that as July takes off, and though you may be moving with some grief, though you may be moving with a feeling of some heaviness, Taurus, please know that this is going to be quick. Okay, the universe will either push you through that grief experience quickly onto the next part of your journey that's waiting for you, or it will be, your actions, since we started with the Emperor, you will be propelled on your own to move rather quickly through this, grief or no grief, right? This is going to be something that you move through rather quickly, and you get to the apex, you get to the top of the mountain quite quickly. And from that vantage point, you are able to see the lay of the land, if you will, the new terrain with which you find yourself in. I don't know if this is a journey with which you've been planning for some time. To be honest with you, that's not the energy that's coming through. It almost feels more propelled by the universe, who has your back and understands something and sees something for you that you don't currently see for yourself. But it is the beauty at the top of the mountain that waits for you. This is, while it may have some grief and heaviness to it, Taurus, know that you are fully supported. Your divinity, tap back into your divinity, your divine nature, your soul nature, if it starts to feel at all difficult, okay? But I suspect the universe will move you through this very quickly. Beautiful. Have a wonderful July, Taurus. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. I'd love to have you here regularly. If you wish to have a private session or reading with me, I will leave my information in the description box below. Thank you, Taurus. Bye-bye. See you soon.